Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here today with Scrappy Tails Crafts, and we're going to make some bookmarks. Now, this is kind of a continuation, and it's linked to the live that I did on May 4th, and we made a scrapbook / journal album. Let me see, do I have that here? I do. So in the live, we created this. It's a hardbound book, which is the scrapbook part, along with the center hinge that's sitting in there, and it's got a sewn in vintage style journal to the front of the hinge part and to the back of the hinge part. This here is the scrapbook album section as well. And here are our holders for the bookmarks. And that is what we are going to make today. This entire book is having a book theme and is a gift for Sabrina. So Sabrina, if you're watching, keep an eye out. These are the dies that we're going to focus on. Now, I'm not going to make all of these, but in her recent new collection release, Life is a Story, part of this were corner bookmarks and regular bookmarks. So here are the woodland critters. And from this one, we're going to be making the fox. I'm going to be using the farm animals. They're just precious. And I'm going to be making the horse. This is the first one. This houses the base for the corner bookmark. These here are the add-ons that you can decorate this base for. But this here makes a beautiful base. And we'll be making actually 2 of these in this video. Here are the pets. So we have a cat, 2 types of dogs, and a bunny. I'm going to be making the corgi, of course, and the kitty cat. I'm going to try to make it resemble a Siamese cat, just saying. And then these are 2 regular bookmarks. Nice size that she designed as well. It also pulls the theme in for teacher appreciation, graduation, and those upcoming events that are going to be hitting soon. So we're going to make a total of 6 bookmarks, and they're all going to be corners. All right. I'm also going to be pulling in one of her floral dies, and I will link that down below. I did not pull that, so I apologize. And here we go. I felt the need to get it. So it's going to be these florals here. And they are called Mother's Day blooms. So they are layering, and they just create these really pretty blooms. And you've got 2 different types of greenery going on. I'm going to switch over to a voiceover style. I did take care of all of the die cutting. These are the little pots that I have with all of my pieces. We're going to see if I lost any of the pieces when it comes to this. For the eyes for the characters, I'm going to cheat because I knew if I die cut those, I would so lose those pieces Absolutely. So I'm going to be using my black glaze pen jelly roll, my white jelly roll, and I'm also going to be pulling in one of my microns. I'm not sure if it's going to be the 01 or the 03 that I'll use. So that's how I'm going to create the eyes, so to speak. All right. So let's get started. Grab your supplies too if you want to work on something along with me. And we're going to chit chat and we're just going to have fun as we build our 6 bookmark corners. I almost forgot what they were called. Here we go. Let's get started making our bookmark corners. For every book corner, for every corner that I'm going to make, I'm just going to call them corners because I'm going to stumble right over that. For every corner that I'm going to make, I will be using the base from the main bookmark corner die set. You kind of do need to have that base, but what's great with the main one, there's all kinds of different bookmark corners that you can make. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make them, just using the main set and then pulling in another die set. So if you just get the main, you could pull in dies from your stash that you already have as well. So here we go. Now that I'm halfway through this one we are starting with the cat, and that's from the Pet Book Corner set. And I'm trying to make this one look like a Siamese cat. I don't know if I was successful. I think I was, though. Giving her beautiful blue eyes, or him, giving the grayish snout, and they're like a grayish tan, I think. So just having fun, though, with the colors. And as always, with the Scrappy Tails dies, there is so much layering that you can do. Sabrina thinks of every piece and has a die for that piece. Now, when it comes to the eyes, I'm going to be using some pens, like I said before, mainly because I knew I was going to lose those pieces. I took a chance when it came to the eyebrows. So I'm using a black glaze, a white gel pen to add those highlights in. We have our little cat done there. I'm folding over my pieces on the corner. They are scored, so you know where to fold. I'm adding some double-sided tape, and I'm going to add some liquid adhesive as well, just to give me a strong bond. And if I have to wiggle this triangle to line it up just a little bit, I have that time because of the liquid adhesive. Yes, Vintage Photo is coming into these, and you'll see at the end the book that I had put together and constructed from start to finish, just the book itself and the innards. The book is not done yet. And you'll see why I'm using that Vintage Photo to just add just a little bit something extra to these book corners, and to make them, just pop a little bit, just a little bit. But I think they are absolutely adorable. All of the characters that she created. This one's the horse, and it's from the Farm Animals Book Corner set. So same start. We're going to take the Vintage Photo around the base, folding over the edges, making sure those edges are inked as well. And now we're going to start constructing. So my horse is a dark brown with like a dark gray mane. Pretty blue eyes. Because again, gotta have some blue eyes. And what I'm doing is with these small pieces, I find it's just easier for me to get these flipped over, because with any die cut, you have a right side and a wrong side for the most part. Now, you can use any side. If you run it through, you can run it through your die cutting machine again to flatten it out. But since I didn't do that, these kind of do have a right side and a wrong side. I am also a die cutter that die cuts into one plate. So there's always, as you continue to use your plates, they get divoted, they get all marked up because you're die cutting into them. So you can see sometimes that pattern in the back when we die cut. These have brown eyes. I'm sorry, not blue. These are brown. So I'm just making sure that they're turned so that when I go to put it together, I can just use my pickup tool to bring them over instead of trying to flip them over, because who wants to watch that, right? Right. Again, coming in with my black glaze pen for the pupil and letting the brown have all of that beautiful color in there. Adding the mouth, I also used it for the nostrils as well, and I think he is just adorable as well. Same construction on this. We're going to add our double-sided tape. We're going to add our liquid adhesive. We're going to fold over our edges and get these corners lined up. I do use a paper creaser just to flatten that fold down, and then I'm attaching the horse to the top. Now, what's really funny is every corner that I chose when it comes to a character, the character sits at the bottom. Meaning when you put your corner in your book, it'll be down on the bottom right-hand corner of your book page. It won't be at the top of the book, which is not a problem. But it wasn't how I designed the segment in the journal, the scrapbook album journal that I created. So you'll see how we fix that. I'll explain that as we come down to it. Here we are on the fox, and that's in the Woodland Animals book corner set. Here we go again, same setup, inking around those edges, folding them over. When it comes to all of the inking. So the fox, I chose like a rust type deep red with like another shade of rusty red, and it's going to have black and white accents. I'm putting down the base of the eye first because I want that to kind of be the outline of the eye. So we're going to have some eyelashes going on here. We're going to add those two adorable little eyebrows. And I'm just thinking, okay, where do we want to go next? Because I have the nose. And, I have the nose, I have the ears, and I have the eyes. So we're focusing on those eyes, getting the blue set. Now, I must have die cut this wrong. Imagine that. Just saying. And that's not a problem. Because I'm using pens, my gel pens to add the accents, we can easily fix this. Again, those small little pieces can be fiddly, and I'll lose them. So, pens it is. I've got the ears in, I've got the black tips for his ears, I've got his black little nose, the white for his nose, and now I'm just going to come in with my white gel pen and add the white around the iris, the color of that. It looks great. And then I'm going to come in with the black glaze and add the pupil. So I think it's adorable that he's looking up. We are going to add our tail to this one. And we are going to add the tail to the inside of the pocket. Again, adding that double-sided tape, adding the liquid glue. We're going to fold them over, use our paper creaser to crease those folds. And we're going to adhere the fox to the front. And again, this is one that will be down on the bottom right-hand corner. adding my liquid glue. And then when we add the tail, I'm going to put the liquid adhesive on the front of the tail, not the back, and tuck that in behind the fox's head. And then just make sure that when you press down, in case the glue comes out, just have a piece of scrap paper there to catch the glue so that you don't close it. Glue it shut. Yep. Time for the corgi. So we are back at the pet book corner set. Again, we're going to ink around, do the folds, and the corgi's really cute. So some of the animals, you know, you have a tail, you know, like the cat, you can add a tail, and the fox, we were able to add the separate tail. The corgi's adorable because it's got a corgi bum. Corgi bum bum. What's cuter than a corgi bum bum? I'm not quite sure, but it's cute. Yes. So we are going to add our corgi bum bum to the back of the corner, and it doesn't add too much bulk to it, and it's not really something that, you know, will get caught when you're putting it into your book. We're going to set the ears in place. Now we're going to add the full face, and then we're going to add the nose and the mouth. Or the mouth, not the mouse, and the tongue. And then I did, she has the piece for the tongue and the cheeks. So we're doing those in pink as well. I think it is adorable that he's winking. And I didn't add any white gel pen to this. I just let that go. You could add a dot of white to the eye that's open just to give it a highlight. I chose not to. And again, same process, fold. Double-side tape, liquid glue, fold over, paper creaser. And we're going to adhere the front. And then we'll turn this over. And we're going to add our little corgi bum bum. And I like the fact that it's also down towards the bottom as well. So it's like a continuation of that most adorable character when it comes to this. So those are the 4 characters. For the next 2, I'm going to be focusing on the main set, the base. You know, this has the base component to build your corners, and this one is going to use the vines and the backings and the small florals that are already in the set. I chose, instead of an ivory base, I chose a maroon to match some of the papers that I chose inside the journal. It's a very English rustic style journal books. So I really thought of an English theme when it comes to this. Also within this set, you get a triangle and a leaf triangle die cut. So they fit perfectly together, and they will sit on top of the triangle and the back of the corner piece. So they're just a little bit smaller, so you get this nice border that goes around. But these 2 pieces are added to the set. Now I'm going to decorate these pieces. I'm just trimming a little bit because I didn't make sure it was straight. I'm going to adhere these onto the corner. Now, this one here, because of the way that it is put together, or the way that I designed the die cuts, this can either go in the upper left or the bottom right of your book. So if you like them to the top, this one will work. But if you do like them to the bottom, you can also put it to the bottom as well. For the florals, you also get this viney twig little die. So I die cut that a bunch of times and just adding a hint of that brown color. So we have a rich maroon, a deep green, some browns, and this peach that's going to be all over these plaques that are being put onto the corner. And again, just looking at the sizes when it comes to the placements. So you can see for the back, we just have that slight border of that maroon, which really looks pretty. Helps to make this panel stand out. Adding some more of those branches using the liquid adhesive. Tweezers are your best friends with small dies. At least they are for me. I have chubby little fingers. And nails. I just, you know, there's times I love my nails, but there's times where I want to cut them. They just get in my way. Now it's time to add our flowers. And I do accent this piece here with some, like a stickles. It's like a glitter glue just on top, just to give them a little bit of sparkle. For this one, when I saw these book corners, and most of you that have been here for a while, you know me, I like to get myself right out of that box and see how far we can push an item. I was curious to see, okay, could I have an explosion coming off the top? Now, not an explosion that would get easily damaged. This is not a bookmark corner for a book that sits in your purse. Or anything like that. This is like a decorative corner bookmark for your books that are sitting up onto your shelf. But it's a nice way to decorate your books. So I also pulled in for this one, I have the main book corner set and the Mom and Mother's Day Blooms set. They are layering, and you can see you have the center that you can die cut from a different color cardstock, which I did. And it comes in like 3 different sizes. So I used the medium and the small. So I die cut 1 medium and 2 small. I know, I didn't go with the large one. I know. Surprising. It surprised me. It would have thrown off my rule of thirds. I'm also using in this set the layering leaves set. Now I'm going to put a couple of these together, flipping the 2 shades of green, and I'm going to take one and cut it right down the center. So I'm going to take that die and stretch it on each side to add more leaves without having a lot of that bulk. I wanted to make sure that this was a top corner book, corner set. So making sure that corner is up, you know, at the top of my diagonal and not facing down. I am using some double-sided foam squares. Now these are the low rise. These aren't the normal height double-sided foam squares that we've been using for years. These are a little thinner, but they add just enough dimension. Here are the 2 separate pieces. I'm putting one behind those flowers. I'm putting one on the back of the corner piece, and I'm setting this the largest flower to the back as well. To cover this up, I cut a square the same size as the back. So, and I believe these are 2 inches by 2 inches. So I cut that. And then what I'll do is I'm adding the branches here, just tucking them in behind the flowers to add just a little bit more. And I'm going to take this piece and just place it over those edges. So they won't get caught on a book page as you're sliding it in as it's moving around. You just have those pieces that are popping up. So it's not coming off too much. I didn't get too carried away. I could have. Amazing, right? And you can see this page. This is the Hinge page. And again, I'll have this video linked down below. It was a live that I did. And you can see I can either place a corner on the top, and they were all set that way. So these are just diagonal pockets. So what I did was I added another 2 1/4 square on top and just flipped the opening. So each one, you can either put a corner coming from the bottom or coming from the top. I kind of changed my mind when it came to the stickle type effect. I pushed it down so it was just the glitter there and not dimensional. And you can see I'm just playing around with the placement. And again, each of these pockets can either come from the top or from the bottom, like I am here. Okay, I thought I would just come back and talk through this. And again, I'll have that video linked when I went live to show how we constructed this album. Because it is going to be in parts. The next parts are going to be for dies of the books and everything else, making pockets, tucks, and tags. Oh my. All right. So here are the corner bookmarks that we have made. Now, here are pockets. Now, this pocket is set up any way that the corner bookmark will go. So you can either put them in that way, but who wants to put a corgi in upside down? Or you can come in from the bottom and put your corner pockets there. They are going to hold. They are not going to fall out. You can see that I'm trying to, you know, that I do have to kind of tug on it a little bit. You can see that you can put two on them. This one here is just taking up a lot of real estate. When it comes to the bookmarks, I tried something just a little bit different to have something coming out of your book. I get it. Somebody's thinking, well, that's going to get beat up. That's going to get bent up. More than likely. So it's more for a decorative piece. If you keeping in your home, which I think is, again, a great idea. So again, I can put my corgi in right here, slide them in, and then on the other side, now there's also a pocket in here as well, that we'll be making something. And then here on this side is the cat, the fox, and the horse. So again, just having a fun play when it comes to the corner bookmarks. And you can see they are not, even though they're coming in from the bottom, they are not going to go anywhere, which is great. Because when I built this, I'm thinking, oh, okay, they're all going to come, from the top. Yeah, forgot about the ones that I chose, of course, all go to the bottom corner. All right, so again, lots of fun that you can have with these. You can, as I showed before, you can double them up. So here I can even put the corgi right down here. We've got two, and then we've got another slot for one more. You can do another one that goes there. So you can really fill up this page. And then you've got the two hinges that come through. So these bookmarks are a lot of fun. They are absolutely adorable. I think she has hit every critter that we can think of, which I think is great. Add-ons for Christmas would be awesome. I'm just saying. I'm already thinking of a snowman. I'm already thinking of Santa. I'm thinking of a little elf. Oh my. I'm just saying. All the ideas are just coming in. And again, I'll have links down below to all the products that I did use for this video. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below in the comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you enjoyed the projects today. Again, taking that bookmark one more step, just adding in all of the flowers to make a book in your home a decorative piece. Why not? Sitting on your table. Make sure you subscribe. I would love for you to hit that button, hit that thumbs up, and make sure you ring the bell. Love to have you here so that I can show you all kinds of different techniques when it comes to paper. And please make sure you enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of creating your art. It is your art. It's nobody else's, and it is art. So don't worry about what everyone else is doing, what everyone else's is looking like. Focus on the art that you are creating. And I think you will be very surprised. If you're getting stressed, walk away. Come back to it the next day. Never throw it away and start all over. Keep going with it, because I can assure you it's going to be something that's beautiful in the end. But most of all, always remember, be creative, everyone, in everything that you do and every day. And I will talk to you all in the next video. Until then, take care.